Welcome to the next instalment of the runes. This week I'm doing the rune Wunjo, rune of joy. Hi guys, Tuva here. At last I'm doing the next one on the runes, and it's going to be a very quick one this week, but I wanted to make the effort to carry on the series for those that are really interested. So I'm going to start with the correspondences now. Wunjo is the rune of joy, and as such it is the sign of Leo, which is the symbol of the sun. So on the altar I have put the card from the Major Kana. The actual rune itself is like that. Can you see that okay? Great. And again, it's not just about celebrations and things like that. The joy is a different aspect, of which we will go into. The colours are pale blue. You can have white, blue, yellow, light green as well. You can have light green. But they're all the bright colours associated with, really, of summertime. The stone, and there are others, but the main stone for Wunjo is the diamond. And of course I haven't got a diamond to put on here, so there is no diamond. And it's basically the characteristics of how you see your life, how you walk forwards in your life with hope, with pleasure, with an agenda, an aim. For those coming into a learning period, say you're going, for example, to the university to learn something that's going to give you a trade. This is something that you're putting forwards in time, but will give you great joy once you've achieved it. And also the elements we can use for this is earth and water. So it's a very emotional aspect as well as a very stable aspect. So the sun nurtures the earth and it grows things, so it grows situations. It also aids things in light. It opens up aspects of what you need to know. So it's a cool, beautiful rune. Again, on the altar I have the white candle, the sun aspect, the appreciation of when you get there, the endeavour, so the celebration at the end. It also encompasses family, that you don't just do things alone in life, that whatever it is you're doing, you need sometimes the backup of, say, your parents or your peers or your siblings, but there will always be a group around you supporting you to push you forwards. And in a moment I will do a small path working to help you to meet Wunjo and see the aspects. Going back to the diamond has many facets to it, just like this, that you're born into the world with many facets open to you. And it is for you to find those pathways to walk forwards. The inverted side of it could be the opposite. Missed opportunities. Things that have gone wrong, instead of the joy you receive the other side of it. But it doesn't happen very often. And not many people, when they get that rune, will use it in that way. It's a very joyous rune and one to be glad of if you get it in your reading. Now, for those that are studying, this is not going deep. This is the emotional side, how it makes you feel. These videos about runes are not the intellectual side. I give you the correspondences to aid you, but it's how you feel when you find them and work with them. And that's the bit that I'm trying to get across to you guys. Like a flag. And it flags things. It flags what you're going to be doing. It flags the path that you're on. It gives you the insight as to where to go. You see a flag upon a road, you know to make your way toward it. The flag is white of purity and blankness for you to add onto it a page of what your future might or will hold. You have an opportunity ahead of you. You have to work towards that opportunity, and to all those that aid you to get there. It is a mighty celebration. Not going to go into it, but the position you can do it with your body is basically stand on the side, and I'm just thinking how I can do this. So if I stand at the front and then go like that, we will close our eyes and we will take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and out through the mouth. Letting yourself relax, letting yourself go very loose. Feel your feet unclench, feel your hips unclench as you breathe in through the nose and you hold. Let out through your mouth. You feel a bit lighter now as every breath goes in and comes out, so your body will relax a little bit more. Now turning your attention, you see yourself in a dark area. There is nothing around you. It is the Inonga Gap. Before time, before the start, the emptiness. At first you feel a bit frightened because you can't see anything, but in the distance is a very small speck of light, and in the distance, the opposite way, is yet another speck of light. As you walk towards these specks of light, you notice that one is made of flame and one is made of pure ice. The two elements that come together to create the first being. And so as you go toward it, you think in your mind's eye, where are you, Wunjo? Where are you? And as you look around, you see it coming toward you. It gets bigger and bigger, almost to the size of a door. It is beautiful, it is glistening, it is the colour of yellow and white and light green and very pale light blue. But it's all merging together and it is all twisting round, but the actual symbol is static and standing where you can see it. As you walk toward it, you say, aid me please, to help me to find out what you are, how I can be helped by you. You feel a whooshing around your body and it heats up and you feel really bright as you walk through from Inonga Gap into light. Notice there are people sitting around a mother who is holding a newborn baby, and they are so joyous about this child that has been wanted for a very long time. And so these parents are older than the normal because they have not been successful, but they have worked toward this outcome and have been given the joy of this beautiful child. As they celebrate of this child's birth, Wunjo comes into mind. For this child has a slate that is clean, it is beginning, it is a new life. And Wunjo is what will happen, the paths that will be given to this child, that it will follow, he or she. The parents know this, and they have already got something in place for this beautiful child. The child is actually a male child. And the father and the mother have put aside all the years of their struggle, money, into a account in the child's name. We see the child now growing up over the years. At first, he is doing the things he wants to do, which is very childlike. And time after time he gets knocked down, and the parents have to delve in to the money until one day his mother has an accident and sadly passes away. It does something deeply, for with joy comes anguish too. With joy of what is given can sometimes come agony and sadness. And that is true of life, because in life we need to know not only joy, but we need to know despair too. For within despair, when we receive the joy, we can be uplifted even more. The sadness of the passing of his mother and the deteriorating health of his father due to the sadness of his loss has made the boy change his ways. And he now realises that he needs to do something to repay his father. And so he starts to look at his life and is a seeker now to find the true path that will make his father very proud. And so he begins his journey. With his family's aid and support, he goes to university and studies hard for 7 hard years. But in that time he has no money to fall back on. He is pushed to living on menial pieces of food, and sometimes not even having facilities around him, and sometimes even living on people's settees. But he doesn't give up, and he doesn't let his father know that he is in that state. He eventually gets to the end of the 7 years of study and work and not enjoying life at all. And it comes to the time, and he doesn't know if he's going to succeed. He gets his results from his exams through the post, and when he opens them up, he has got A plus, A, excellent. Everything is up the highest he could get. He is ecstatic with joy, and the first person he rings is his father. His father cannot believe how his son has turned his path around, and gets all the family together, and his son comes home, and they go to the mother's grave and open a bottle of champagne and throw it onto the grave in honour of what she would have wanted for him. The whole family supported and helped him. Little did he know that the time that he struggled, that they knew he was struggling. And they all put together a fund over the 7 years to help him get somewhere to live, so that he may be able to set up a practice and become a doctor to aid others. And there was a tremendous amount of money, a legacy. For a few days after he received this joyous time, his father also hadn't told his son that he had a terrible disease, a cancer, and he passed away. But he left a legacy. He left his home, and he left an insurance policy which paid out to his son everything. The home was big enough to make a surgery in that particular town that needed a new doctor. And he was ecstatic. He was very, very upset, but also could not believe how the family had pulled together in this time to help him and promote him and get him where he needed to be. And Wunjo was called upon many, many times by his family and his father. He received a blessing, and the first thing he did was to put the sign of Wunjo on his nameplate. People would come and they would say, "What does that mean?" And he would tell them, "That, my friends, is how I got where I am today. The power of Wunjo." You have now watched all this man's life. His legacy carried on. He had a wife and many children, and he passed away, a very successful man who left it all to his children, 3 of which had also become doctors, and turned that house into a complete clinic. And so the legacy would go on from one little acorn to a huge abundance. You see it in front of you now. How does it make you feel? That feeling of joy as you touch that symbol, that rune. Remember it, imprint it into your brain. How that feeling of joy, of completion, of ecstaticness, of pleasure, how that feels. The next time you connect through that feeling, you can also ask Freya to be with you, for he is very, very earthy and also will give you the strength to walk in your path. So if you need help, guys, on any path that you're on, and you have a thought or somewhere you're aiming to, think upon the flag, think upon the feelings of joy and accomplishment, and ask Wunjo to be with you, and you will succeed. Wunjo is now fading, and you know you have to go through to come back. So you wave goodbye to everyone, and you come back through the door of Wunjo, and you find yourself back in your room where you was before you started. And when you're ready, guys, open your eyes. Do this with your fingers and your toes, and as soon as you can, eat or drink something. And you are back, and you have met Wunjo and seen the purpose that you can relate to make it easier for you to connect to Wunjo. And there we leave it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a very quick one, but I want to carry on and finish the series of runes so that nobody is let down. So I will be adding a Wednesday video at the moment, as well as the Saturday one, so that we can get the series finished and maybe go on to something different later. I hope you did enjoy it, guys, and to any new subscribers, thank you. To those that are coming back, I really do say thank you. And to those that are always with me, bless you, thank you. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. So wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever.